I am looking at trading a new asset, EU, just because when I met with a peer last week and I randomly chose EU to backtest, and I was able to apply my rules and have successful trades. It was just a very smooth and it was just easy to flow and grasp, and it just gave me the confidence that I needed to start looking at different assets to trade. So what I'm going to do is put gold, Bitcoin, and S&P 500 on the back burner. I'll continue to back test them and do things of that sort, but I'm looking more at EU as well as AJ to potentially trade. I haven't looked at AJ yet. Several of my peers talk about it, so that has sparked an interest. However, at this particular moment, I'm going to back test EU. I have no idea what is to the right of this trend. I just went to the calendar here and cut the date off, and right now I'm at April 5th. So I'm just going to do my markings for my documentation and see what happens. Oh, and one other thing too is I've tweaked my trading plan. So I've got all of the top 3 settings are on a normal time frame. However, what I did, actually on this ORS synthesis with CJ, I did take the 200 moving average off, and then I added another 50 moving average on a 5-minute time frame. I've also added some oscillators here. So I have the MACD 4C, that right there is on the regular time frame. I have the MACD, the moving average convergence divergence oscillator on, and I have the time frame set at 5 minutes. And I also changed let me just make documentation. So what I did was I turned the histogram off. I went over to the MACD here. I put it on area, and I changed it to the color of my preference. I turned the signal line off, and the 0 line is on, and I put a different color 0 line so that I could see when the 0 line breaks. And so that's for this particular oscillator. And then I have my vortex on settings on 50. The length is 50, and the time frame is 5. And then I have the stochastic here. I'm not quite sure how to use it, but I have it on here just as a reminder of something for me to learn in the near future. However, I have it set on the 5-minute time frame as well. So overall, I have 1, 2, 3. Those 3 things I'm going to be looking at today that has my overall time frame, analysis time frame. And then the other 2, the ORS impetus, as well as this MACD 4C on charting for my entry time frame. So hopefully that makes sense. So my analysis time frame is done on the 5-minute, and that's what I have my oscillators set at. And then for my entry time frame is what I'm going to be using, just the regular chart time frame. That's how I'll be using those. Hopefully that makes sense when I look back at this later. All right, so that being said, I am going to just start marking some levels here. This is the high of this particular trend, and I'm going to just use this one. And I need to scrunch this in actually, and I'm going to turn these off so I can get the direction of the trend. All right, so what I'm looking at is I have an overall uptrend, and however is currently moving down. And what I want to do is I want to iron out these crossings just so I can get structural, higher time for structural levels or level. So let me get that squared. So 2 hours is going to be too high. I'm looking at the blue and the red, which is my 20 and 50 regular. I'm looking to go down to the lowest time frame where I have no crosses. $30 is looking good. Let me go down to 20. And all right, so I've got a minor cross here. Let me try 25. All right, I'm happy with that. So this right here is going to make note. This is a 25-minute triangle, and then I have this 25-minute level that I need to be mindful of in the future if once price gets to the point, could be in the near future or way far ahead. So I'm just marking these things. Oh, I'm doing them all in the wrong color. I need to change this to, oh, no, I'm not. I'm confusing myself. It's supposed to be for the sale, so it's supposed to be red. This is going to be 25-minute because it's going to match my triangle. 25-minute sale to be exact. All right, so now I'm going to go back down to the 5 minutes to continue marking up some zones here. So I can have some type of areas to be cautious of. All right, so what I'm looking at is this particular high that was made. And I'm going to mark this particular level because it was a low for this particular structure right here. And it's an area of frequency. Price has hit it several different times. And I think I want to choose one more level above this since price is so close to that higher level. I'm trying to turn this auto off. Okay, so I need to go up in time so I can see where price is on the other side to capture a higher level. This top structure here is pretty key because it looks like price has already hit it a couple of times. And then I have this particular high. So that could be a potential target for the bullish moment. All right, so I'm going to drop back down to 5 and do my best to walk through this. I want to do at least 3 trades, 3 back tests, and see how they play out. So, all right, I'm gonna turn my other tools back on. All right, So what I'm looking here is I have this higher high. I'm trapping this trend. I don't have any other crosses. I have an impetus level here. So in the event if price gets back up to that level and breaks it, then I can be looking for potential buys. And I'm going to mark this. And I'm gonna go down a time frame just to ensure that is the most appropriate time frame. Okay, so I've got some crosses right here. Let me try the 4 minute just to ensure. Okay, so yeah, I got some crossings back and forth. So 5 minutes is gonna be my best time frame for this. So I'm in overall uptrend. And so I have this mindset that I could be looking for potential buys. Another thing I'm looking at as well is my MACD. It hasn't broken past this 0 line yet, so I want to wait to see what price is going to do to this MACD. And then my vortex is still showing bearish for the sell. So I feel most comfortable letting price play out before I make any decisions. And now that I think about it, since price just dipped like that, all right, so let's see here, looking at current price. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, okay, price is bearish. There is an expansion right here. The vortex is separated, and it looks like I'm beginning to get some volume on the MACD. All right, so I'm going to drop down to the 1 minute time frame to see if I can get a pullback for an entry. So I already hit the button, so I could have potentially missed this pullback right here. And what I also want to make note of is this arrow here confirms the pullback. And that pullback also occurred right here on the MACD. So it gives me the confluence that price is going to continue downward. So I'm going to play price to see if I can get a pullback. Oh, nice. Here we go. So I was pressing the button pretty fast. So once I get at least 2 candles, is when I can drop one more time frame and then just wait for everything to align. So what I'm looking for now is for the price to break my trend line here, and then my MACD to break to the bullish side to match up with this area vortex. Basically, I'm looking for it to be bearish. And another keynote to be mindful of is that 5 minute, 5 minute moving average that that was on the 50 moving average on the 5 minute time frame. It is below my price, so it gives me confirmation for the sale. So let's see if it plays out that way. I got my print too. So my pullback could be potentially, okay, not over yet. I got my arrow letting me know that there is a pullback and +2 on this vortex. It's confirming the pullback. So I just want to continue to this. And another thing I'm looking at is my moving averages. My 20 hasn't crossed my 50. Oh, it gave me a quick pullback. So there we go. All right, here's my MACD break, so I can go in for a sale. I'm actually going to put it right there. And I'm going to go for the 1 to 2. I haven't gotten quite comfortable going for longer take profits yet, as I'm learning this new or as I've tweaked my trading plan. So let's see if market gives me what I'm looking for. Oh, nope. It didn't. So got the L on that one. So let's track this. Got the break here. I've got some divergence. So the momentum is beginning to lessen. My vortex is still separated. So I just need to be cautious. Yeah, just need to be cautious. So let's see what happens here. Price continues to go up. It's getting away from me, it appears. Continuing to get some momentum here. However, I'm losing momentum on my higher time frame. I'm going to continue trapping. All right, so I got a trend line break there. And I'm curious to see if the once this breaks, then I know, once it breaks to the other side, then I know that I'm in for buy. I'm missing some pips, but it is what it is. And also prices above my 50. So, okay, so the MACD did break. My vortex has crossed. So now I should be looking for buy opportunities. And if price also crosses this 5-minute impetus for the buy, then we'll be looking for some buys. I just need it to cross above. Will close as well. It needs to close. Price is playing on that level. And my moving averages are separated here. Let's see, did I get a higher high? See what happens. 30 seconds. Let me drop down to the 10. All right. And I'm gonna drop down to the 5. Want to see if I can get as low as I can without those moving averages crossing, and which they do right here. So I go to the 10 second. And with the way everything is looking, so I missed this opportunity here. However, it looks like, according to my area MACD, it's bullish. So I'm kind of waiting to see what my vortex is going to do. But then I have this MACD that has broken, and my 50 is right here in the center. So for me, I'm just uncomfortable making a decision. However, it did break my trend line. So what I'm going to do, since the vortex 2 is crossing, got the MACD cross here, I'm just going to go in for a sale. I'm going to just go for the 1 to 1 and see what happens, just because I'm unsure what price is going to do. I'm losing. Right here. Yep. So I should have been. Okay. So maybe it was actually this I should have tracked. I'm actually going to now just wait for it to get through this zone. What happens? I need to also just wait for also my vortex to align with my MACD. Price is above the 50. So this is bullish. This is still kind of bullish. It hasn't crossed. Ugh, I feel so confused. And I don't want to be froggy. Okay, and I also have the up arrow. I'm just gonna let it cross this zone, see what happens. Okay, so price has closed above this impetus level, so I am going to go in for a small buy. Just I got that level right there. So what I'm learning is whenever I've got those structures in place and not go against them. So I'm just gonna go for a 1-to-1 and see if yeah, I barely got it. Is it gonna give me another push? It's not. Okay, so I barely got that 1-to-1. I got a little bit of wick right there. Goodness gracious. Barely got it. That is crazy. Okay. Oh, all right. So this is now showing bullish. This is now showing bullish. And I am going to trap this. And I wonder if I can go down. I'm going to go down to the 5-second so that I can continue trapping this triangle here. With not trapping the triangle, but trapping the trend. And I'm going to wait for this MACD to possibly go up. Let's see. So my 50 is below price. Goodness gracious. Okay. Let me try the 1 minute, or excuse me, the 1 second time frame to see if I can get the moving averages more narrow, in which I did. So I am going to wait for it to break the trend line. This right here looks like a pullback. Oh boy. Okay. Nope. Wait. Yep. This is bearish. Wow. I'm so confused. Let me go up on the time frame. All right, and so I have a break in price not a break in price, but a break of this trend line. And then the MACD is potentially about to break for the buy. So I am, since I've already gotten, I feel like I've gotten beat up, but I guess I haven't. So I'm just going to go for a 1. Okay, this is showing bullish. This is showing, no, this is showing bearish. This is showing bullish. Price is above. This is flatlining. I bet this is consolidation. So I'm just going to go for a 1-to-1. I think this is what this is. Oh my goodness. Okay, cool. Let's see what happens. Oh, I got whipped out. Let's see how it played out. Will I have gotten the 1-to-1? Nope, not at all. Okay. Well, that is how that works today. And as I look at this MACD here, I see that there is minimal volume in my entry time frame. So I'm just going to stop price right here, and then I will pick it up again and continue back testing this particular asset and just kind of where I left off to see what continues to happen. Right now, this is on April 5th. So this is what I've done thus far. So I'll walk away with, that's an L, 1 win, and a loss. So 1 W and 2 L's. All right.